Hi guys. How are you doing today? Hope you're fine. Today we will talk about death. Death is frightening, but it brings curiosity to many around the world because of differing beliefs about what will happen next. Is it the end? Or is it the beginning of a new life? That's the reason that makes the last words of a person before his death sometimes strange and surrounded by great mystery, especially if the person is famous. Moments before his death, a person may be able to see what awaits him on the other side. Unfortunately, those words aren't recorded often, and sometimes it becomes famous. In this episode, we'll show you the last words of some famous people before their death. We hope that it will not be scary for you. So, without delay, let's get started. Kobe Bryant. The Black Mamba was, and still, an American professional basketball player. As a shooting guard, Bryant entered the NBA directly from high school and played his entire 20-season professional career in the league with the Los Angeles Lakers. Bryant, widely regarded as one of the greatest players of all time, he won many accolades and prizes, which is countless. The Los Angeles Lakers icon and five-time NBA champion Kobe Bryant died Sunday in 26, January 2020, in a helicopter crash in Calabasas, California. With his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, known as Gigi, and 7 others, including the pilot and some of the crew of the team of basketball where Gigi play. His daughter, who wanted from Kobe to put his great legacy on her shoulders and who was ready to do this anytime and anywhere. Kobe Bryant's horrific death is a very massive tragedy for his family and for Hoops fans. Personally, whenever I decide to make this video, I find myself floating in my tears. In any case, the story of this man still deplores me and breaks my feelings. As you know, this man has left behind him 3 children and his wife. Oh my God. How much this is so unfortunate. Unfortunately, the helicopter in which Kobe Bryant spent his last flight hadn't a black box. No one knows what the last words of this legend were. But after the catastrophe, the son of Shaquille O'Neal, Sharif O'Neal, showed up in his tweet a screenshot of the last discussion that was between him and Kobe 2 hours before the tragedy. Where Kobe wanted to ask about him, saying, "You good fam?" And after about 3 hours the boy replied, "Yeah. Just be getting this work and trying to figure out my next move. How you been?" But unfortunately then, Kobe was gone. The Princess Diana. The Prince Charles's wife was known worldwide and loved by all nations. According to a poll conducted by British Radio in 2002, Princess Diana ranked 3rd in the list of the 100 best British figures in history, but unfortunately her life ended early. The woman was 36 years old when she was involved in a traffic accident. This happened on August 31, 1997 in Paris. The princess was on board a car with her friend El Fade and the drivers Henry Paul when colliding with the edge of the Alba Bridge tunnel near the Seine River. The cause of the accident still very mysterious today. There are many hearsay. Some say that the driver was drunk, others say he was rushing to escape from the paparazzi photographers, and others see it as a plot to assassinate the princess. The official report says that the cause of the accident was excessive speed, and no charges have been confirmed with the assassination of the princess. The first person who arrived at the scene was Javier Gourmelon, an emergency services worker in Paris. The moment he arrived, the Princess Diana was conscious and able to speak. She was pulled out of the car and transported in an ambulance while she said, "Gosh, what is going on? I've stopped breathing." Gourmelon managed to revive the princess and had no doubt that she had been hurt, but she died in hospital due to serious internal injuries. Paul Walker. Paul was a famous American actor, best known for his role in the Fast and Furious films, although he starred in a car race movie, but he eventually died inside the car. He wasn't driving, but he died in a traffic accident. It happened on November 30, 2013. Walker was in Santa Clara, California, to participate in a charity event to help the Hurricane Haban victims in the Philippines. He was reportedly sitting in the passenger seat in a Porsche car while his friend was driving the car and lost control of it, leading them to crash into a tree and a concrete seat. It happened at a speed of more than 85 miles per hour. The car caught fire immediately, and that was a real tragedy. But what are the last words of the actor? His relatives say that his last word was, "I will come back 5 minutes later." Others say his last words was, "Let's go skiing." Walker certainly had a lot of words to say if he knew that he was going on his last ride in the car. Michael Jackson. Michael wasn't called the king of pop by accident. He was the most successful in the history of this musical art. He has received 15 Grammy Awards and hundreds of other awards. He set 25 records in the Guinness Book of Records, and more than 1 billion copies of his works have been sold worldwide. No one can achieve this success. On June 25, 2009, 3 weeks before the start of his new show in London, and when all the tickets had already been sold, Michael died because his heart had stopped. It happened in his palace in Los Angeles. The doctors there couldn't do anything to save him. Tests revealed that the death of the pop king was due to an overdose of propofol, one of the drugs that Jackson is constantly taking. Conrad Murray, Michael's personal doctor, said his last word was, "Michael will die, please give him some milk." What Michael said is incomprehensible. The doctor says that Michael used to use this phrase to get his medicine because his color was also white. Later, the doctor was convicted of manslaughter because he had given Michael the fatal dose. Steve Jobs. The founder of Apple has a big role in the creation of Pixar and is one of the most well-known people around the world. He won many awards because of his great contribution to the development of technology and also in the music industry, and fans used to call him the father of the digital revolution. In addition to that, Jobs was a great speaker and he always knew what he said, like many great people. But Steve Jobs was impotent in front of the tumor he had in 2003. He was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and he fought the disease for a long time and underwent many surgeries in the hope that he would recover, but that was a profit of time and nothing more. Steve Jobs died about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on the 5th of October 2011 in his home in California because of some health complications that led him to stop breathing. Steve died among his loved ones, his wife, sister, and his children, and they were able to hear and remember the last thing he said. They said that Steve, before his death, was looking at the family members and says, "Wow. Wow. Wow." We cannot guess why Steve Jobs has shown such a reaction. Albert Einstein. The great physicist Albert died at Princeton Hospital in New Jersey on April 18, 1955, due to an aneurysm, a problem that was further exacerbated after surgery. He could have performed other surgeries to save his life, but he refused, and these were his last words. "I want to leave, I don't want to prolong my life any longer, I feel bored because my mission on the earth is over, and when the time comes to leave, I'll do so elegantly." What Einstein wanted to say briefly is that his mission on the earth is over, and he is ready to die. This happened during a personal conversation between the physical scientist and one of his friends. It is said that Einstein said something else moments before his death, but that it will remain a secret forever because his last words were in German, while the nurse who was next to him was American and didn't understand anything. Thomas Edison. The number of inventions of this man is very numerous. He obtained about 1093 patents only in the United States of America and about 3,000 patents around the world. It is considered one of the most important developers of imaging technology and who contributed to the development of cinematography, telephone, and telegraph techniques, and the inventor of the first type of light bulbs. Edison died of diabetes on October 18, 1930, in his home in New Jersey, and his last words were, "The place over there is very beautiful." What is the place that Edison spoke about it? And what exactly did he want to say to his wife? Nobody knows that. How about you guys? Are there any other facts you're eager to see it? Let me know down below in the comments. Hey, if you learned something today, then give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend, and why not, make sure you subscribe. See you soon in the next video.